Well, welcome to my world. Come on in. This is Colleen, and today is Wednesday, and I'm so glad that you're here. I am your head coach, Coco, number 33, and this is my live 7 days journal. And we are living history on purpose. And today we are going to focus on birthdays. So, this is what's happening socially, and it is going to be exciting. So let me take my glasses off. Today is Friday. This Friday, my dad turns 94. What makes this special is that 4 of his siblings are now into their 90s, and they are all coming to his party. This is going to be something good, I promise. But wait, COVID has lifted, right? We have not had company besides family and a few neighbors since my mother passed last year. And my washing machine and dryer are broke. And to say that there's a bundle of problems between now and Friday is an understatement. But I posted the invite on the internet anyway, and we are expecting so far at least 50 people. So help, help, help. I think I've lost my mind. So that's why we have to wait. I need to talk to you about Elvis. I am your coach, your head coach, and I was raised on these 7 days of balance and living life on purpose. If you are traveling on this internet, I hope you rest here a while. Make these 7 days be your traveler's rest. We are in Studio C. It is my sanctuary, the place in my parents' home where I go to write. I'm a caregiver of my dad, and I have been living here for the last, let's call it, for the most part, 6 years. And I am becoming my own head coach. And I'm on a mission while I'm on remission and in remission, celebrating history and creating more. And I promise this will be something good. Oh, birthdays, birthdays, birthdays. I'll be opening up my closet soon. This is on my digital home. And we are so close to launching my website. I've been so busy. This is the place, this closet, where I would go and write when I was young, very young. I would write mostly to Elvis, well, at first. And then I met Mrs. Dorholt, my English teacher, who gave me the power of the pencil. And well, I never put it down. I wrote letters to everyone and anyone who crossed my mind. There was God, Gilda Radner, Rocky, John Travolta, Oprah, God, and then back to Elvis. Then there was Hope and Shelley, Janet, Mary Jo, Scott, Larry, and a few rats. Well, maybe the whole rat pack. Birthdays, when you are divorced with a 1-year-old, that was 21 years ago, well, then you start to overprocess. In our family, we already overprocessed. Well, then you add divorce, and now it's now a holiday, and you need a month to plan. Okay, I took the whole year. Let me explain. I'll explain with the one I feel the most comfortable, knowing you just this short time, a few months, and telling. We will go back to the 2nd grade, because it is in 2nd grade. That's the one that I'm getting, I feel is the most familiar that I have going on now with my dad's. We started planning that one also a year ahead of time, kind of like my dad's 94th. We started that one a year ago, because see, we had just buried my mother, and my mom and dad's birthdays are a couple weeks apart. And, we lost mother on June 7th, and her birthday was June 8th. And then a couple weeks later, my dad's birthday. So the first birthday for my dad, past my mother's passing, it was really non-memorable. We just couldn't get it in our hearts to celebrate. And, well, let's go back to Adam's 1st grade. Because see, in 2nd grade, this is what I'm going to tell you about. But in 1st grade, I did the Miles Davis birthday party. We celebrated. It was the one with the play. We did that 13-minute song, The Land of Make Believe. We had both classrooms participate. There was 46 children. I performed a play with them. I was the tent master. Everyone had a part. We had it like a circus with instruments. It was amazing. However, by second grade, they are now 8. This is, in my mind, when he became his own John Travolta, Elvis Presley, Rocky. By this time I had taught him how to walk like John and how to comb his hair like John with the Goody hair comb. And of course, he knew every song, and he knew the definition of love. Deeply, he knew the definition of love. It was rooted in his soul by the music of Elvis Presley. I can't discuss that part too long. Not here, not today. My heart is not up for a good cry. However, I'm wearing pink. Pink and black were Elvis's favorite colors, as we all know. We all know. Just ask Gladys, his mother. I wrote her many times. Oh dear. Anyway, lastly, he also, by the time of second grade, he had his Rocky on. He had his first swirly in the toilet by that time. He had learned how to do the peace drop. When he was being bullied, I taught him how to just cross his arms like the peace marches and just drop and put your head in. Don't we all teach our kids this? But by going into that second grade, I had started with the Taekwondo because we were well versed with the Power Rangers, but I had bought him that contact tube, where you punch it and then you use the feet, the Rocky stuff, because I know how to fight pretty well. And I can definitely get my Rocky on. And I enrolled him in the Taekwondo, and he was learning how to not take it anymore. And he was understanding how to lose, but not well. And the word perseverance was tattooed on his arm, and the Rocky boxing training was what we were all about. But then it happened. I entered the meat section in his first grade year, and that's when I met him. In our meat section in the grocery store, where the magic happens in our town. There he was. I saw Elvis. He was our meat cutter. And I arranged the deal because he was an Elvis Presley impersonator. He was to perform my son's 8-year-old birthday party in second grade. And as I was walking the halls after his first birthday, I started the campaign of the invitations and telling them who wants to come to see Elvis. And I tell you what, by the time the second grade came and his birthday party came, I don't know how many kids showed up, but I had buses that brought them safely to the bowling alley. It was an all-out. By the time that Space Odyssey Rock 2000 played, those kids were lined up like glue. And the boys and girls jumped, and they were screaming as if Elvis Presley himself, and don't tell him he wasn't there or dead. He showed up. And those kids know who Elvis Presley is, and they'll never forget it. To this day, I can run into those kids, and they will absolutely. Well, why I say this is so important. It was all out effort. It was a plan. It was overkill, and that's what I was all about. And to this day, it is a family tradition. It is what's happening on Wednesdays. And each child that came will never forget. I had planned, it had been planned, and I said it 6 months prior to the main event. The kids could hardly stand to wait until the king arrived. My mother and my whole family understood the indelible reason for all of the above, and none of them got in my way. And I did it my way. I have no idea what we had for food, and of course we had cake. And we still went outside and bobbed for apples. What's happening? What's happening now? Well, again, we have been planning and replanning and looking for ways to make Dad's birthday this year special This has been going on, I swear, for a year. Well, the first one, as you know, doesn't count, this last year's birthday. And of course, we've all survived COVID and being held hostage to something invisible that's keeping us from hugs and honky-tonkin'. Well, I made a garden in the garage. Some of you have seen it. And it's a year-round garden with all of my David Rickert, my famous artist, art. And it's a beginning. So plan one, I'll tell you what that one was. It was to have my twin brother's band and throw down with the big dance for the whole neighborhood. Well, then we had fun going with this a while. I built the garden, and of course, we put this idea on the back burner. That's what my mother called the pause. And then we had to move to plan two. That was going out to dinner, much more subtle, just more calm. Well, this is my least favorite thing, as most of you know, leaving the house. It's not my favorite thing yet. I was just not ready. This one here I placed firmly in the oven. On to plan three. This was about 3 months ago now. Getting ready. It's a family tradition. Plan three was to just invite my dad's family and a few neighbors and his work buddies. And that has sustained us up until about, well, let's go with Tuesday of this week. And then last week, my washing machine and dryer both broke, kerbunk. So we have been doing Victorian laundry. And then he starts, I think that's when we both got delirious. I mean, I am living in a time warp. I have no idea how my mother there was 7 people in her family. My dad had 11 kids, and mom and a dad, and my mother's parents raised some of her cousins. And neither one had running water, electricity, and they got a phone like I think in the 70s. Oh, dear Lord. Anyway, all I can tell you is I've had 2 weeks of this Victorian laundry, and I'm delirious. I love history, but just not too long. I like today, but not to overprocess on just the everyday stuff. I like looking at the future, but Mom said not too long. It's called having a balance. You are looking at a woman that's been a little bit out of balance. And it's his birthday Friday. So I need some help, people. I need some love, some support, some likes, I need some likes. Oh, just get me through Friday. Anyway, so then today at about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then 4 o'clock, he really poured it on. He says, honey girl, we should probably invite some of my Mills church people. And then how about all of Mom's friends? And how about, this, and can you get in the car and go pick up Mary Skoog? And how about, and I look at Dad, I have laundry. Oh, my word. Anyway, my heart just drops. His party, I guess, will be fantastic. I posted it on the internet. And if any of my friends are listening, please go and pick up the people that know my dad, and please bring them here. Just do a drive-by. I will take a picture, tell Dad that they're outside. If you can get them in, I have extra wheelchairs, walkers, canes, walking sticks. I have all your supplies that you could possibly need. And whatever, just bring them by. And I will have homemade potato salad, coleslaw, and I have sloppy joes, all homemade. My sister's making it. I will not. I have lemonade and coffee, and it will be fantastic. And if we run out, I have someone that will run and get us something more. And I have a great big sheet cake made for like Princess Diana's wedding coming from St. Cloud, because my sister's going to be there tomorrow. And I have been cleaning, for 6 years, preparing for this birthday. His party will be fantastic, whoever comes. And I know that the part of me thinks that the only one he really wants there is Mother. I think us three kids have called each other so many times this past year and have had so many tears and gifts flying for each other. And of course, it's all because it's been their birthday month after month, preparing for Friday. And it's all been on purpose and like it should be. But it's not that we are doing it's that we're doing our best, the best that we can. And you know what's really on my mind tonight, people? It's grocery shopping. How I wish I could go to that meat section and find my Elvis and ask him to come to the party. Becoming a preservationist is my life's passion, living history on purpose. I am a coach, your head coach, and I'm building a digital home. In between all of this is all I work on because it's so easy being a caregiver. If you ever have the opportunity to be picked in the family to give care, you do rest. You rest easy, and it's just a lot of fun. And I'm having the time of my life. And I've been working on this business plan so long, I know it's going to be a hit. So just hang in there with me because it's going to come, and I'm patient, and I hope you can be too. This is my 7 days journal, and I hope it inspires you to celebrate your history and create more and find unique ways and ideas to anchor to your 7 days. So tell me, what's happening and how do you prepare for your birthdays? Socially, they are a special time for everyone. Little people, old people, I think it's time I start thinking about my birthday. It's in March. Historically, it's always been spent just like my mother spent hers, with her kids. How do you spend your birthday? So on behalf of my family, thank you for sharing your history and all your what's happenings with me on my wall. It has been endless hours of entertainment. I have rare people who are real people like you. Find your rocks, grab your ball, and let me see. I have something new here. I thought I had it, brought it with me. Oh dear. Well, I guess I can't see them here. I don't have my glasses on. Oh, they were black and white. Oh well. Find your rock, grab your ball, build a team, and look for a feather. Hope is all around. So jump, bounce, and fly with me 7 days on purpose. I teach it, preach it, and repeat it with balance. Like, share, and remember that Wednesdays are for those who dare. Be avant-garde, be rare, and remember me, sincerely, Coach Colleen.